Hello wonderful people of planet Earth, I'm Chikabala and I'm gonna teach you how to do armature for figures and sculptures. So what I have here is two types of wires, two different thicknesses, so thinner and thicker. And this is steel or iron wire. I like to use iron over aluminum because it's much firmer, and you're not gonna have problem with your sculpture bending when sculpting. And also, it's much cheaper. You can get it in any construction shop. They're gonna be maybe $2, even probably less, compared to aluminum wire, which is much more expensive. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a humanoid armature. I'm gonna be sculpting a zombie. So we're gonna cut two same sizes wire like that. You can just lean it next to it, and I'm using wire cutter, but you can always of course use the normal pliers, and most of the pliers also have at the end the cutting thing like that. Okay, and now what you want to do is just bend it somewhere around the middle. Don't worry about not being too equal. We're gonna adjust that later. And now just squeeze the end. Just squeeze it like that. And then it becomes too hard, just use the pliers to squeeze the ends like that. Okay, paste through that, and we're gonna do the same with the other part of the wire. So bend somewhere in the half, and then squeeze it. Again, squeeze the end of it here. Okay. Now we have two pieces of bent wire. What we're going to do is, in my case, I'm going to be making a male character. So the shoulders are a little bit wider than hips. So you just need to turn it like that, and then bend, let's say here, somewhere around here. Leave a little bit, maybe 2 centimeters, or like a inch, something like that, and then bend it like that. So we are making a letter T, and then the same thing on the other side, like that. So it's T. Let's leave it like that for now. And we're gonna do the same thing with the other half. So again, maybe 2 centimeters at the bottom, from the bottom, and then bend. You can use the nail like that, just position it and then just bend it. Or you can, of course, you can always use pliers. Like that. But make sure then that where you're bending, see, now it's like too much bend, so a little bit higher, like that. Okay, so we have two T's like that, as you can see. So one T will be shoulders and one T will be hips. Okay, so what we're gonna do is now is just connect those two first. Okay, like that. We're gonna take thinner wire that we have here. Oh, it's stuck. So a bit longer piece, maybe 30-40 centimeters, like 10 inches or something, 11. And we're gonna be connecting these two pieces. Okay, maybe you can prepare them a little bit if they're too bent. Make them straight, like that. And now we're gonna connect these two pieces. What you want to do is just take a thinner wire and put it underneath your thumb. A little bit, like that. Then grab with your thumb and hold it, okay? So I'm holding it here. And then just take the other part and then tightly roll it around, bend it around, like that. And now you can bend this other part as well here. Okay, and then just move your thumb a little bit higher because now you have space because this is already connected. Just make sure that when you're bending it here, that you do it quite firmly. That way you're gonna have really firm armature. Like that. Okay, so now it's quite connected. Okay, so now just leave this wire here. You can of course cut the shorter wire and then just connect the middle. But the reason why I'm leaving this part is because I'm gonna show you that just in a minute. So this is gonna be, the top part will be our shoulders, okay, and this will be our legs. So what we're gonna do is just bend first hip, like that, and the other hip. So I'm just doing, you know, just like bull-eyeing, just going with the feeling. Okay, let's see if it's okay. Seems just about right. Okay, but I think I want to make it even smaller hips. Okay, just like that. And now we have legs here. Don't worry about how they look now and everything. Now we're just gonna do the shoulders. So shoulders in males are a little bit wider. So just aim for a little bit wider than the hips. Okay, like that. And the other also just a little bit. Okay. So now we have, but let me show you also how it's much better when you do it with the pliers, especially with corners like that. You get a nicer kind of bend, but it's not necessary because you're like putting clay on it. So it's not that important to have pliers. You can do it with just your fingers. Oh. Okay, so you can always redo it, of course. You just re-bend it back again. Okay, so a little bit higher here. Okay. So now we have shoulders. So you can a little bit stretch it again, like that. And now the wire that we have here hanging, what we're gonna do is go once here and then just go towards the arms and the shoulder. Okay, the reason why we are wrapping wire around the arms is for the clay to have something to hold on to, right? So we are creating like a, almost like a screw texture, so the clay can really nicely grab onto. Okay, like that. Just go to the end. We're gonna be cutting again, just like that. And of course, the size of the arms and everything can be cut later on. Okay, and now we're gonna do the same for the other arm. So now we grab maybe here. And just make sure that the first wrap is a little bit like tighter, so it's easier for you to wrap it around. Also make sure you see these ends of the wire. Watch out, maybe it's nice to always, you know, bend them in so you don't injure yourself with the wire, you know. Okay, and now we're gonna do the same for the other arm, just wrapping around. Create a nice surface for the clay to grab onto, like that. Cut the end here. And for the pliers and wire cutters, you don't need anything expensive. You can probably find it in a hardware shop. Maybe get a tool set or something. Okay, so now we have arms ready, and then we're gonna do the same for the legs. Let me grab a little bit more of thinner wire. And again, just grab it like that, and then twisting, wrapping, I mean, just wrap it around. Like that. And at the end I'm gonna leave a little bit of space, because this part here will go into a stand. You can always leave it a little bit longer, and maybe, you know, I'm gonna show you that in a second. Okay. And then a little bit more wire, and then we're gonna be done. So again, nice wrap at the beginning, like a nice and tight wrap at the beginning, and then wrap around. This will be nice surface for clay, as I said. It doesn't matter which clay you use, it's highly recommended to do this. Otherwise, you're gonna have troubles putting any clay on the wire because it's gonna just slip. Okay, and then finish the edges. Maybe even tie it up. Okay, and then with humanoids always have like a S kind of feeling, S bent on the back. So that's something I like to do. One of the first things I like to do is to bend it a little bit like that, and then top. Not that much, just a little bit. So you get this nice kind of S going on. Okay, and we have shoulders. So it's good to maybe, so the hands and arms will probably go like until here. So your elbow would be around here. So you can make elbows like that, just with the nails. And then you can do the same for the knees. Knees are a little bit here, a little bit down. Knees like that. Okay. And here it is. It's a really simple and quick way to do the armature. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put it on a stand. Okay. Let me just set up a camera a little bit better. Okay. So it's gonna go like that. My character will have, maybe it will do like a small step, and it will do like let's make a hole first. So it's almost like a, since it's gonna be zombie, it's going to be like a, it's gonna be walking maybe. Okay, and now we're just gonna drill holes here. You can now decide what kind of posture you want for a character. My character will be zombie, so he's gonna be like maybe walking. He's one of his legs will be in front of kind of him. You know how drunk kind of people walk. And his shoulder will be like that. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mark. I'm gonna mark when I'm gonna drill a hole. Just give me a second. Okay. So you just mark it with something. Like that. Okay. Actually, I want to make him a bigger, a little bit step. Like that. It's almost like he's falling or something. Like he's gonna fall or something like that. Okay, so I'll change my holes, of course. So here, one will be here, and the other one here. And now I'm gonna just drill a hole. Of course, take the same size of the wire. Drill a hole there. And there. Okay. And now just put it in the holes, of course, like that. And then reposition if you want. So what I'm gonna do is, you can now bend it a little bit if you want. So like I said, I'm gonna make him like almost like make him walk drunk, so his feet will be apart like that. And as you can see, it's not going anywhere. It's quite firm. Now we're gonna do a neck. Cut a short piece of wire, thicker one, and just bend it a little bit so it fits your curvature of the spine. But you can do it also from the front if you want. So we're gonna be putting it like here, like that, and just cut maybe, I don't know, a few inches, 10 centimeters of wire, thin wire for wrapping. Okay, that'll be tricky. But once you get your first wrap, then it's easier. Okay. And then just wrap around as many times as you want. A little bit around the shoulders, like that, and around. And then you can go down again, like that. You can bend it a little bit more, and of course we can cut. You can always cut the excess parts if you think that the neck is too long or something. A lot of wire is never a bad thing. You're gonna have really strong armature this way. Okay. So now we have our neck. Probably gonna cut it a little bit. I don't need that long. Okay, and the last thing, just wanna see how long my arms are. So the arms are going a little bit like that, just underneath the hips, but that's something I would recommend, to leave it always a little bit longer until you finish sculpting. You can always adjust your wire, cut it appropriately. Yeah, and that's basically it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial and I hope you learned something. If you're still here and watching, please consider subscribing. I'm gonna be making more tutorials and a lot of time lapses and basically sculpting videos. See you in the next one. I really enjoyed making this one, and yeah, hope you have a nice day. Bye.